YouTube started rolling out a ad placement new product this week, where when you pause a video, it's likely you'll be issued or shown a display ad. There's been some controversy, and some people have reinitiated or used ad blockers more so. So it's opened up this larger conversation around where does ad blockers sit on the internet, but specifically in YouTube's case, because obviously YouTube's main source of revenue, and also YouTube creators as well, the main bulk of their revenue comes from advertising. This has also come as YouTube goes out of its way to stamp out or be a little bit more ahead on that cat and mouse game when it comes to getting on top of ad blockers and trying to stop ad blockers existing on YouTube. We heard from Moist Critical or Penguin Zero this week with a video that claimed it was talking about the topic where most creators would rather have a good viewing experience and then therefore they're going to watch their content longer than a shit one. Meaning then they're going to leave the website. And this is kind of the argument, right? I think it's a debate or a reality where you can either, YouTube in my view, obviously it has some hard costs, right? It as a running a YouTube style YouTube platform, there's a lot of server costs to host billions of hours worth of YouTube content that's uploaded, on a daily basis in that respect. But it's the question, I guess, and it comes to the question, I guess, of as a user, someone who consumes content on YouTube, advertising is unfortunately going to be part of our life, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. And I think it's about how that, for me anyway, I think it's about having that experience and tailoring that experience to ensure that it's in line with the user, in line with the customer. Because I saw a meme, and I know I talked about it in last week's show, where, if you're showing me a video ad and you're showing me about a product, I'm going to be frustrated because you're interrupting the content I'm there to consume. Now, it's possible, and it's likely, that a lot of those people aren't going to necessarily buy anyway. So it's more around, if you have an ad platform, look, we're not going to be able to get away from the world where ads aren't online, right? It's how most newspapers make their money. It's how YouTubers make their money. It's how YouTube as a platform makes its money. It's how most of TV commercials, etc., make their money. And also, it's also how we generate more revenue for our businesses, right? So that's the reality. The conversation here is, why is people moving to ad block? Why are people moving? Because the ads are intrusive, the ads are annoying, the ads are irritating. You're being served subpar ads, perhaps, about stuff that you don't necessarily like or enjoy, right? Or likely to be educated on, or likely to want to see. So that's going to change how we operate from a distribution point of view. And also, as YouTube, they should be focusing on the people spending money to do YouTube ads. What targeting metrics can we actually have? What can we make sure it's been shown to the right people and not going to do damage potentially to our brand or our business by showing an ad to someone who A, isn't going to buy, 2, isn't interested, and 3, doesn't necessarily want to see that ad specifically. But also it leans back to how good are your ads in general, right? Because if you have a captivating ad, and I found myself watching ads that are genuinely interesting and genuinely well done because they are good pieces of content, do they have a good hook? A lot of the ads that we're notoriously known and seeing on YouTube is the banner display ads, the banner ads below the video, but then also the skippable ads below or before as a pre-roll or a mid-roll or an end roll as part of that YouTube package, right? Watching that YouTube video. And I think if you have skippable ads, yes, the ads will be paid, and yes, that's a way a creator and YouTube can make their money, but it allows the user to skip the ads they don't care about and potentially watch the ads they do care about, which actually I think as an advertiser would be more beneficial to the advertiser, because it means that you're going to be number one, watched by the right audience, the right people, the people who care about your product, which is going to means higher conversion and a better trust reality building when it comes to that marketing effort, because at the end of the day, that's what an ad is used for. But then also as a user experience, you're not going to be pissed off by a ad or a product or a business that is kind of saying, hey look, we need to see this ad, hey look, we need to see this, etc. And I think that's the important element, and that's one of the things that this conversation should be more aligned around. And I think it's more likely, and I hope that YouTube sees it and focuses more on the customer experience, focus more on the actual consumer consuming that content on YouTube, especially as we've seen, more people viewing content on TV, right? We covered in a couple of weeks ago show that YouTube has become the first streaming platform to hit 10% of TV watching. So as a younger generation is growing up, they're more likely to watch TV, YouTube on their TV. Therefore, those ad placements are going to be more important, and what ads are you being served and how you're being served them is going to become more important if it's going to continue to grow.